And today on Karama. How we doing? I hope y'all are having a good night. DC is not here. And I watched Karamo again today, so I'm back. Um, I'm trying to get back onto YouTube and doing more videos and coming on, talking to you guys. I like interacting. I don't mind the challenges and things like that, but I like interacting with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Whoever gave me the thumbs up, thank you for doing it. I hope everybody's having a great hump day. Happy hump day. Leilani! That's my sister from another mister. I haven't talked to my real sister in a while. But she know I love her. She'll see this later. So today on Karamo. So I've been, hey, hold on, I can't even see y'all. Look here, if I ain't got no glass on and I don't say hi, I can't see. TK, how you doing? Hey, y'all. So I figured I would use my daily Karamo videos as, talks. And we can talk and get together. DC is not here. She had a work meeting to go to, so I'm here by myself. And I was supposed to go earlier, but I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I forgot. Let me tell you something. I don't like holding the phone. So normally I go live on, what's the thing called? StreamYard. Because I don't have to hold the phone. I can sit the phone on my chest and talk and do whatever, whoop de whoop. But I forgot she gave me the stand. Got a stand, I ain't gotta hold it. So I was just doing other stuff, sitting here reading a book. I stayed up. Let me tell y'all something. I stayed up I didn't stay up last. I stayed up this morning until I know it was almost 8 o'clock. And then I dozed off and I went to sleep. I think I got about 2 hours of sleep today. I think I got, no, 2.5. I got up at like 10:30. So, I watch Karamo as I do every day. I record it because here's the thing. It's just mindless. Things like that, talk shows like that. It's just mindless. So I don't want to sit there and watch computer. I don't want to sit there and watch commercials. And if they get to hollering, because I hate hollering. That's why I record Maury, and I record all of them. I record all of them, basically. But I do it more so because all that hollering and screaming people doing, and let me tell you something. I will raise my voice. I don't do a lot of screaming, but I'll raise my voice. But if I'm pissed off and I'm trying to get my point across, I'm not talking loud. Because you're going to start screaming at me and the point is going to be lost on me. I'm not going to want to say nothing. You start screaming at me and I get this little, and that's an inside thing. I don't know it's the little demon or something. People say I got a devil on one shoulder and angel on the other shoulder. It's something in me that I never know what's going to flip my switch. And I never know what's going to piss me off. Because from day to day, it might change. So I try not to scream or holler when I'm in an argument with somebody. Because it defeats the purpose of the argument, trying to get my point across. Hey, Beatrice, how you doing? It defeats. It defeats the purpose of trying to get my point across. So I don't do that. What was I about to say? But yeah, so watch Karama today. And today there was a young couple, more age appropriate, and I'm not going to talk about the age thing today. I'm just going to kind of talk about stuff that caught me off guard, because one of my things is, in a relationship with anybody, friends, lovers, relatives, to me, in a successful relationship, there's an easy peace that comes along between the people you're with. And I watched an old episode and a new episode today. And in both of them, there was no peace. If you have friends, see, I think that when we were younger, We made excuses for our friends. That's just how she is. She just acts like that. That's just, or we make excuses for our relatives, our mom, our dad, our sister, our brother. That's just how he is. That's just how she is. That's just how she acts. We make excuses for our partner. He doesn't mean it. She doesn't mean it. Well, that's just how she talks. That's just how he talks. That's just, but those excuses are useless. Because there's an easy peace with somebody that's meant to be your friend, that's meant to be your family, that's meant to be your lover, your spouse. There's an easy peace that comes with those people that should never come into question. That should never come into question. So there was a young couple. One was 21 and one was 23. And they hadn't been together a year. She's already 6 months pregnant. And there are constant fights and arguments and putting outs and tearing up stuff. And I don't get it. When I was pregnant, there was a lot going on. When I was pregnant, and I was grown. When I was pregnant, I was close to 40 when I was pregnant. And I had a lot going on in my life outside of being a potential future single mom. My mother had gotten sick. There been stuff going on. Thank you, Magdalene. Hey, Magdalene. There was just so much going on. On top of all that, I was pregnant. Hey, Super Rainbow Queen. I was pregnant. I was single. Happy hump day, y'all. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do next. The only light I got on right now is the TV, so if it goes in and out, y'all are not having a stroke. Okay? Okay. So, but the one thing I didn't have was pushback from my baby daddy. We weren't together, but we were both grown. We were both, I think he's a year older than me, or about a few months older than me. So we both the same age. You know what I'm saying? And we weren't together by any sense of the imagination. But I didn't have stress coming from him. I had stress everywhere else. But coming from him, there was no, I ain't the daddy. There was no, we need to get a test. There was none of that. There was, if I needed money, because at some point during my pregnancy, I became unemployed. Well, not unemployed, I wasn't working. I was knocked up. And I didn't have any of those issues. But I can't imagine being 6 months pregnant and arguing and fighting with my baby daddy, with the person I want to be with, and that I'm pregnant with, and we're trying to build a life together. I don't get the lack of the desire to have peace in your relationship with the person that you're supposed to be in love with and that's supposed to love you back. And her mama, and then they're young, so they brought their parents into it. You know what I'm saying? And it just made me think, why do we settle for these situations? Why do we settle for, I'd rather have any man than no man at all? Because the second Karamo I watched, these people have been married for 10 years and cheating the whole time. Karamo even said, why don't y'all just call y'all relationship open? Y'all want to be together, but y'all can't stop what y'all doing. Be clear, set boundaries, communications. But if this is what y'all gonna do it right. And even in that particular situation, I mean, that's the first time I heard him say that. And he was like, I'm not saying this for everybody, I'm just saying this for them. But I can't imagine being in a relationship now, at my big old age, being in a relationship now to where I can't trust. Right now, my wife left out the house at 5 to get to where she had to go, because you know it's time. It's what's the word? It's rush hour, and she had to go like 30-40 minutes away. So she left at 5 to be there by 6. I can't imagine making sure that the location is on for any other reason than me knowing where my wife is. Not because I'm worried about who she gonna be with. Not because I'm worried about if she lying about where she going. Not because I'm worried about that I gotta check her phone when she get home, or I gotta smell her drawers, or I gotta search for telltale signs of somebody else. I can't imagine no shit like that. Not on a regular basis. I can't imagine that being healthy. I can't imagine that being a healthy situation. And I don't understand why people do that. Here's my thing. I am all for sexual freedom. I am all for sexual exploration, not exploitation. Sexual exploration. I am all for letting your freak flag fly. I am all for whatever floats your boat. Don't hurt nobody else or involve children or animals. Do what you do when you do what you do, baby. But don't bring nobody else into that stuff. I'm like, I'm just so confused at how, as time progresses, it regresses. I can understand, and I'm gonna say this: I can understand. I can understand 20-year-olds getting into relationships, because that first in love is intense. That this is the love of my life, and at 21 I'm going to be with this person for the next 60-70 years. It's intense. It's groundbreaking. I get it. I understand. But it's not sustainable. And that's why I tell Nick, I tell Nick all the time, I'm like, take your time. I laugh and joke with him, like I told y'all yesterday, about him having a girlfriend. But the reality is take your time. Because what I liked at 20, I didn't like at 25. And what I liked at 25, I damn sure didn't like at 35. And y'all know what I liked at 35. I didn't marry at 50. So things change. People change. People grow. They grow apart. Sometimes they grow together. But that's very few and far between. If you're being honest. If you're being honest with yourself. How many times did you say in a relationship past its expiration date? How many times had you made one excuse for your partner too many? How many times did you overlook something that you wouldn't overlook in your best friend's man or your child's girlfriend? How many times have you dated or been with somebody you wouldn't want your kids to be with? You wouldn't want your kids to grow up acting like. You wouldn't want your child to be like. Hey, y'all. To everybody, I don't know if anybody said anything, because again, I can't sleep. And there's just so much out there to do. And the reality was, I thought I was doing at my big one. And I was. I mean, I was single, taking care of myself, living on my own, working my job. But it wasn't until I got with my wife and I got with my partner and I realized what true connection and true love really does to a person. I got these dark circles under my eyes because your girl don't sleep right. And I hadn't slept right in a while, in years. And I don't know what kind of spackle I'm going to need to get these. I don't know what. I don't even think they make makeup strong enough for these circles that's trying to creep down into my lips. God damn. As I look, because like I said, only time I look at myself is when I'm on camera like this. Because normally your girl is in an avatar. But I don't know. It it is, and I would think I'm gonna tell you something. I just knew that as time went on, we wouldn't have these issues. I knew that the world would be a different place. I thought racism wouldn't be as bad as it is, and it is worse now than it has been in decades. I didn't think that how men treated women would be worse. But again, it's worse now than it's been in decades. You girls stay on TikTok. And all I hear is, and you know, I scroll my FYP more than I scroll like, what's the word? Like my people that I follow. Because you never know. I mean, I'm on TikTok for entertainment. I'm not on there for a long time. I'm on there for a good time. So I listen, and on so many times I hear men degrade and downgrade women, and women who debase themselves for the likes and views and clicks of a man or a woman, depending upon if you get it straight. You know what I'm talking about. And I just didn't think that it would be that way. It just stuff just keeps getting worse. And I feared for my daughter and my granddaughter. And I feared for heartbreak my son may or may he may find he may have a what's the word, he may have a strategy involved that he doesn't feel the burn of heartache and loss. I don't know. He's a strange kid. I don't know. But ain't nothing I can really do about that. You know what I'm saying? I can't really. That's one of the many things you cannot protect your children from is heartbreak and love, being in love, bad relationships. You can't protect kids from it. You just be there. And that was the thing with the couple, with the young couple today, when they want to play grown. That's why I said young people should be young and be kids as long as possible. Because you want to play grown up, be pregnant, live on your own. But as soon as it get hard, you call your mom and them. And then you get mad when your mom and them tell you bring your ass home. Stop playing house because you playing. But you bring your parents into these situations. You bring your friends. You get mad when your homegirl tell you about yourself, but you the one told her what was going on. You get mad when your homeboy tell you about yourself, but you the one brought him into it. I don't know, y'all. Life is just crazy. But it's worth living. And that's really all you can really think about. I think about sometimes um I think about the past sometimes. As you get older, I realize as I'm getting older, I think more about the past. And as a younger person, I didn't have a lot of regrets. As an older person, I don't know if I have regrets so much as I wish there were do-overs to be had. But since I know they're not, I just have to roll with the reality that I live in. But I think back to how I wonder what it would have been like if I'd have been born in 1987 or 97 or 2007 as opposed to being born in 1967. You know, when I say that out loud, that's a lot. It's a long time ago. Y'all ever be on that thing got nothing to do with nothing. But y'all ever be doing something where you gotta put your age and they got that little wheel of fortune and you gotta scroll that bitch like 700 times to get to your number? That sucks. You gotta keep going like this. Or they got one where, I mean, I just feel bad when I be pushing that 670 in. It is 2025. I was born in 1967. Have you ever hit that thing like it's the Wheel of Fortune? Got swooped out like 16 times to get up to your baby. That hurts my soul. But hey, another thing is I can complain all I want about getting older, but what's the alternative? So yeah. Okay. Now this ain't got nothing to do with nothing. So, Leilani. So I saw this young man on TikTok and he made something. Now, at my big old age, I would have thought of that. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if it's anybody else, especially now that it's getting to the holiday season and we're getting into the meals that we don't normally eat during the rest of the year. In my big old age, I think I would have thought of this by now, but I haven't because I only eat collard greens during this season. I don't eat them. I don't eat them in a salad. I don't just go say, I'm gonna get me some collard greens, some mustard greens, some other greens. I only eat it like October to January, maybe February. So this boy made these collard greens that were a whole meal. I think he said they were Cajun. Now I don't know if I'm gonna put a whole lot of Cajun spice because there's a seasoning, there's a spice that's in Cajun spice or in I think Leilani's trying to help me figure out what spice. There's just one particular spice that I don't like the flavor that's in Cajun and in hold on. Yeah, but he didn't do shrimp. He did chicken, andouille sausage, and hey, Kiki. He did chicken, andouille sausage, um, smoked turkey leg, collard greens, and it was a whole meal. I was like, I'm gonna make that. Y'all keep playing with me if you want to. I'm gonna make that. I would have thought at my big age, I would have been a thought of that, but I didn't. Yeah, not seafood. Yeah, you saw it. Yeah, I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna absolutely make that. And honey butter cornbread. And it's a white boy. It's a whole white boy. I said, boy, I'm about to share this. And it looked good. Oh, I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make that. And you would think that the stuff, because I'm gonna tell you something, there's stuff that I'm only gonna eat in the fall winter time. Dressing is one of them. And I like and okay, it might be nasty to some, but I like liver. I like all forms of liver. I like the flavor of it. And if it's cooked properly, I like the texture. Because hold on. I am too. I seen it. Hey JJ. Hey Mississippi in the house. I've never lived in Mississippi. I used to have my roommate used to live in Mississippi, and we used to go because I used to live in Alabama, and we used to go, and she lived right on the line of Alabama, Mississippi, and we used to go over there. We used to go to her mom and dad's house. So I've been to Mississippi many times, never lived there, but I'm gonna make that. But there are certain things that only I like during the cold months. One of them is dressing, and in my dressing, I like to have turkey and chicken livers and chicken gizzards. And it wasn't until I started getting a little chefy that I realized that for the gizzards to be tender, you gotta peel them. You gotta get that outer layer skin off of them. I'm fine. How you doing? So, yeah, yeah. So I think that's what I think. I think that's what I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make those gumbo greens and my dressing. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And it has some honey butter cornbread. But I want to make, come with me now, come with me. I want to make honey butter sweet potato cornbread. Y'all feel me? Do y'all feel me on that? With a pineapple compote. Hold on. Well, you better relax. Let me tell you something. When I was young, we used to have to find shit to do. Always. Because I worked a lot. During my 20s, I worked 7 days a week, sometimes 12, 13, 14, 15 hours a day on my feet. So when I was off, I would chill extra hard. Yes, I'm getting hungry thinking about it. Oh, I'm gonna make that. Absolutely. But I realized that I did all my running, and I'm cool with not doing nothing. I want to find a part-time job. I'm gonna tell you something. I know that I'm gonna be 60 in a couple of years. I know that, but I don't feel it yet, and I miss working. I'm old and retired, baby. We all old. Some of us was old when we was young. Um, but I want to find me a part-time job to do something because I miss working. I do that. I do miss that, and but because I'm disabled, I don't want to have to try to find a job in a place. Uh, Me too. You oh, did you say I'm 40? I'm old enough to be your mama. I was old. Nick was old when he was young. He old now. He old now. I don't know if I was old when I was young. I was mean when I was young. I was mean and didn't listen. But I was also introverted and didn't hang out a lot with people. So I don't know. Um, my auntie said he been here before. My grandbaby been here before. She been here before too. She'll say stuff, and I realize, and since it's been a long time since we had babies in the house, I didn't realize just how much when you talk and you just hold conversations. Hold on, I wasn't mean, but I was definitely old a little. Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm okay. Here's the thing. I have a thing. Don't be rude. I hate rudeness. I don't know whether it's being raised in the South as a Southern lady. We don't abide by rudeness. Mean I got no problem with. Excuse me. Mean I have no problem with. I'm cool with me. Hold on. Anyway, I have no problem with me. I have no problem with me. I can't stand rude. I say please and thank you and excuse me, yes sir, no sir. I think that's a Southern thing. I think that's being raised in the South. Uh, but mean can be tamed. Mean in children and young people has to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, Not tamed, but has to be moderated and mediated. Because I'm gonna tell you some things about me when it comes to children and the general public, including family. I don't make my baby hug, kiss nobody. I don't make my baby talk to nobody. I don't make my baby go over nobody's house. I don't do none of that. I don't do none of the stuff that was done to me as a child, and I don't think you should, because that creates an unsafe environment in a time and in a place where not everybody it has the well-being of you or it's in your children and in their best interest. So you know how people say that's your auntie, hug them. I don't know you. My mom used to look at me like, because I was born in New York. For all of them, no, I was born in New York. My mom used to talk about, I don't know what New York. You should have been born somewhere else. I was like, what they got to do with anything? She said, why are you so mean? Stop looking at people like that. I'm like, I'm just looking. Why? What? I'm just looking. Why you want me to look at them? But she was like, stop being mean. I was like, But as I got older, and people are a product of their environment, you can be raised. And I was raised by a Southern lady, little Southern black lady. Y'all hear about my mama all the time. In the South. And there are certain things you do and don't do. And you don't do rude. You say yes sir, no sir. You say bless you. But the mean has never gone away. And I'm not mean for no reason. I'm not mean to random people who are not mean first. I give what I'm giving. That's me. In a nutshell. I give what I'm giving. That's it. If you come at me with peace and light, I'm coming at you with peace and light. You come at me with Newports and a Colt 45, that's how I'm coming at you. I am unicorns and rainbows. I am also Long Island iced teas and blunts. Do you understand what I'm saying? I am early morning and late nights. How you come at me is how I come at you, period. Point blank, end of discussion. But you can also be non existent in my world. My sister used to kill me. Me and her have this thing. She did it first. And I never paid attention because I really not a go over to somebody else's house kind of person. Because I worked with the public for so long, I didn't want to be in nobody else's face. So I really wasn't a go over to somebody else's house kind of person. But my sister went with me to my roommate house after we had not been roommates for a minute. And she went over there to the house. And I didn't realize that I can do it too because I didn't go as often as she did. She can go in somebody's house and not say a word to the person house she in. We went over to her house and that girl sat on the corner of the couch. And I mean, she was a thick girl. But I swear, she looked like she weighed about 10 pounds. She was scooped so hard in the corner of that couch. She didn't say a word. She sat there and she talked to me. She didn't say one word to the people that paid the rent. I sat there and looked at her. I said, night went on. She wasn't rude. She wasn't nothing. But they didn't exist. I existed, but they didn't. And I realized after a while that I could do that too. And I was like, it was at war with my southern hospitality thing because we were raised, you come to somebody's house, you say hello, you make sure you greet the host and hostess that you're coming to. You don't come to nobody's house empty handed. I don't go to nobody's house. If I'm going to somebody's house for a party or a get together, I'm bringing a bottle of wine, some flowers for the hostess if they ask to bring food, because you don't always bring food to somebody's house, especially if it's your first time going, because you don't know what people eat. But if you're going to somebody's house, don't go to nobody's house empty handed. Don't do that. If you and your partner, your significant other, your husband or your wife are going over to somebody's house and they know that person and you don't, baby, is it a husband wife kind of deal? Is it just one person? Who is it? Every time we used to go over to people's house when we first started dating, the first few years we did a lot of going out and mingling with her friends and stuff. And I was like, who is this person? And if you don't know, to me, if I don't know somebody drinking as a bartender, I'm going to bring some wine or a bottle of liquor, depending upon what kind of party it is. If I don't really know whether that person drinks or not, because you want to be kind of mindful. People could be alcoholics. You never know. And I would always, if there's a hostess with the mostest, the lady of the house, I bring flowers. You never go to somebody's house empty handed. You don't go to somebody's barbecue empty handed. If somebody invites you to a barbecue and you walk up in there with a pack of dollar paper plates, you're going to leave with them dollar paper plates and not nothing on them. I'm just saying. Why are these? Look at these. Boy, these are like even circles. I look like a hostage. I look like I'm in a hostage situation. Do y'all see that? That is crazy. I don't even know what color my eyes are. They changed, so I don't know. But look at these circles. I gotta figure out how to get rid of that. Leilani, how can I get rid of that? I need to know. I probably need more sleep. But I'm feeling like that won't even go away with that. That's crazy, y'all. That's crazy time. That's crazy time. Now, my wife had a meeting, and it's supposed to be from 6 to 8:30. Hold on. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on, because the past couple of days, like y'all know, like I said, I'm not a mirror person. Even when I was walking and going to work every day, I barely looked in the mirror, because a lot of times I had to be to work at 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I would get up at 10:15. So I wasn't looking in no mirror. I was brushing my teeth and going on about my business. Hitting that shower, hitting them points and getting out. So I'm not a mirror person. So most of the time I would see myself was when I'm talking to y'all, if I'm on the camera like I am now. Hold on. Raccoon. Baby, if I don't look like Rocky Raccoon up in here, that's crazy talk. Okay, I'm a little crazy. I don't wear makeup. I haven't worn makeup since high school. Unless I'm going somewhere. Y'all understand what I'm saying. I like to collect makeup. I love to buy makeup. I don't know what it's about. But I don't really wear it. So, but I do love watching people put on makeup because I think it's beautiful. How you can still have the same face, but you go from looking like this to looking like you had get 8 hours plus sleep every night. These are gone. I'm gonna go. Y'all know what? I'm gonna start getting makeup, and I'm gonna start doing makeup on camera. But I'm gonna do it from my perspective of not knowing how to do makeup. I'm gonna do makeup by try to figure out if I can get rid of these circles, and if I can, we're gonna get rid of these circles together. You and me, Leilani, cause this is crazy talk right here. This looks like two different people's face. See, look at there, and then look at there, and then look. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all feel me? This is crazy talk. So what was I gonna say? I'm just rambling now, y'all. Because normally when I come online, I like to come on. I like to come on when I got something I'm like really talking about. But I don't want to always come on here like I'm giving a sermon. Sometimes I just want to talk, which is not often. Quiet as it's kept. When y'all don't see me on here, I can sit up for days and not say anything if nobody says anything to me. Like um DC and Brittany went when Nick graduated. They went because it was just easier because they had to catch a flight and do all that stuff without me trying to get my wheelchair and do all that stuff. I missed a lot, and I think if I had to tell anybody, I to regrets is not being able to show up for Nick since he's been doing all this stuff out of town like I wish I could. But I'm gonna rectify that. But it was just easier. So, but the days that they were gone, if Charles didn't come down here and say something to me, I didn't say anything for days. If I didn't talk to DC on the phone, because normally we would text. Because here's the thing, I'm very secure in my relationship, so I don't have to call and keep on the phone 24/7 to see what she's doing. So a lot of times we would just text because it would just be easier because I really ain't got nothing to talk about. I ain't doing nothing. And she would FaceTime me and let me see what Nick doing, and I would talk to him. But other than that, it would be, I would could go a whole day without saying one word. As much as I talk to y'all when I'm on here, I can go days without talking. I can go ask Leilani. Me and Leilani will talk. Me and Leilani can talk for hours about absolute positively nothing. Nothing. But if I'm not talking to her or my sister, I will go weeks without talking to my sister. And she thinks it's because I don't miss her. No, it's because I ain't got nothing to say. Realistically, I don't have nothing to say for real. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't went nowhere. I ain't had no grand experiences. And a lot of times that's why I don't get on here with y'all. But baby was like, going on it, because a lot of times I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I have been through a lot of physical changes in the past few years, and 99% of them have not been great. Um, and I haven't always liked the way I looked, even when I was younger. I haven't always seen what other people saw, and I haven't always felt what other people told me I should feel about how I look in myself. And I credit my wife with helping me understand that because I try to see, it's just like I tell her I want her to see herself the way I see her, but because she's taught me how to see myself the way she sees me. But excuse me, y'all, my eyeball itching. So a lot of times I don't come online because one, I ain't got nothing to talk about because I ain't went nowhere, I ain't did nothing, and I just don't really think people think I'm all that interesting. But she was like, baby, go on online. You look fine. Ain't nothing wrong with you. And I was like, you know what? That's cool. Hold on. That's a lot. And I'm the same way. I would just sit silently, not bothered or concerned. I'm always willing to answer if someone calls or wants to talk, but I'm not going to call people because I feel like I'm bothering. Right. I don't want none. That's what I tell people all the time. Before, when I was dating, SDC, I'm not going to, I have, like I said, I have dimmed myself and I have made myself smaller to make people I dated or talked to feel better, or how I felt that it was. Because if I was 100% me, I'd feel like they would like me. You know what I'm saying? So I got to the point where I felt that if I was always calling, if I was always initiating um, contact, then I was bothering them. So I got into the habit that I don't call nobody that don't call me. That's DC. I have to make myself remember, because a lot of times that's a love language for people, and you have to be able to adapt to people and their needs and integrate them into yourself. A lot of people's their love language is constant interaction of some sort. And I check on my wife to let her know that regardless of whether or not you here, I'm thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I don't. Me and Leilani can talk for hours at a time, or we can go weeks without talking, other than like online like we doing now. And but if she need me, she knows she can text me. If she got something to tell me, she know I'm gonna answer back when I see it. My sister's the same way. If she need me, she knows she can text me. And if I got it, she can get it. But I don't know. I ain't really got nothing to say, y'all. It's like I tell baby all the time. I'm like, I'm good at interaction, talking back and forth. Y'all saying something, me answering. Y'all asking me questions, me answering. Sometimes I will get a bug in my ass about some subject, and I have to come on here and do it. Or I made a video. I don't know whether or not she posted it, and I'm not gonna tell you exactly what I said, but I made a video and I sent it to her because you don't realize that you're unhappy or you're depressed or you're sad until you do. And for the past few years, I've been going through the motions because I didn't feel like myself. And I still don't feel 100% like myself, but I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get there because a lot has changed. But you don't realize you're depressed and realistically, clinically need to be checked by a psychiatrist depressed until you in it. You realize that you cool with being by yourself for days at a time. Not because you want to be alone, but because you think you don't add nothing to the people in your life. It's cool to, you don't realize that the reason that you don't get up and do something that day is not because you lazy or because you sorry, because there are people like that, but because you just don't feel like it matters. And it's not until you in it, and it's not until it affects you at a base level at your core that you realize, you know what, I need to talk to somebody. And not everybody believes in psychology or psychiatry. Not everybody wants to do that. So I don't know if maybe me started doing this now is my way of talking to somebody. because it's been a lot that has happened in the past 5 years of my life. Some good, some not all that good, some horrific to me. And it all comes down on you and it sits on you. And you don't realize it till you see that your shoulders are always hunched over. Till you realize that you're shrinking into yourself. Hold on. For me, it was realizing it's been 5 years since the pandemic and I missed five. Right. Right. I forgot my anniversary. I forgot. And it was, what years is it? And we got married in 2019. So we married 6 years. I forgot. I don't forget birthdays. I don't forget, holidays. But I forgot the anniversary. And I knew it was coming. But it wasn't because I forgot that we got married in September. It's because I didn't realize it was September. I didn't realize what the date was. It wasn't because it wasn't because I wasn't happy, and it wasn't because it wasn't one of the most important days in my life. It was because I didn't realize what fucking month it was. I got up one day and I swear to God, I thought it was Saturday. Until Penelope was coming downstairs and I'm like, baby, what is today? She said Tuesday. I was like, Tuesday? She said, yeah, it's Tuesday. I'm like, hey, Rico. Baby, why you still there? You got 6 minutes. Tell them your wife said you got 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh. 6 minutes. Dougie Fresh is on. It wasn't because I wasn't excited. Because let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all some good stuff. My wife always goes out and does her thing. Does her big one. We get dinner. She buys me gifts. Da 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 da. We do our thing. Even though I ain't been able to go out like I used to, she still makes that day. But both of us, are we leaving? Cool. Both of us just didn't realize what day it was. Because I rarely know the date from date. The only time I tell y'all when I know what the date is, at the first of the month, I get our staples for the month, the things that we use, and I get my shakes and things, because after you have bariatric surgery, for anybody who doesn't know, after you have weight loss surgery, it's hard to get enough protein and things like that. So we have to drink. I drink at least one shake a day. Sometimes I do two. I think I'm gonna have to do two today because I got a shake that was only 15 grams of protein, and normally I get one that's 30. So I'm gonna have to do 2 shakes a day. On top of, I eat a whole lot more meat and cheese than I do things like bread and pasta. Even though, for whatever reason, I mean, I still do it, but I'm not a big bread person anyway, because to me, bread has got to be on point. I mean, just some, no. If I'm gonna do some bread, I'm gonna do some bread. If I'm gonna get them carbs, I'm gonna get them carbs in for real. But, yeah, so at the first of the month, that's what I do. So I know it's like the end of the month, first of the month. I know it's the first or whatever, what they book. But as the month go, as the time goes on, I don't know what day it is. I don't know what the date is. Catch me next week. I probably think it's the third. Watch what I tell you. But maybe not, because it's October. And I'm gonna tell y'all. I know that it's not everybody, but I love Halloween and spooky stuff. So I'm gonna try. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it, but I'm gonna try to watch a horror movie a day. And if I can come on here, I'm gonna tell y'all what I don't watch. I'm gonna try to watch a horror movie a day. I gotta figure out what I'm watching today. Cause I can watch some good horror movies. Cause I finally watched Sinners. Cause I'm gonna tell y'all I'm a little crazy when it comes to stuff like that. Overhyped stuff. Um, I feel like if I watch it as soon as it come out on like streaming services, it'll be gone. Don't ask me. It doesn't make any sense. I don't have good sense. We've already established that. So, but I'm gonna find me a horror movie to watch today. I think I'm on. Today is the first. I want to say. I think it's the first. Y'all, it's the first. It's the first of October. It's 31 days. It's like Christmas, except it's Halloween. Hold on, hold on. The day my granny's birthday. My niece is the 7th. That's crazy. My sisters are all between October 6th and October 11th. The 6th, the 10th, and the 11th. Hey, Pauline. Baby. Well, now that we grown, all they get is the thank you and I love you on their birthday. December is my month. December is so jacked up. Starting on the 12th with my grandbaby, to the 22nd, my daughter, to the 29th, my son, and then a month after that to January, my son-in-law. Why? And then Christmas. And in between all of that, it's Christmas. What's going on? It's too much going on. It was too much going on around my birthday time for all those haddies, December babies. Blessed assurance. Jesus wept. Hallelujah. Okay. Anyway, but I digress. It wasn't until, and then one day I just made a video, but I sent it to her, and I don't know. I don't think I compressed it right because y'all know I am not. Yeah, I'm broke from like now until forever. Because from now until March is a tight month. My birthday, father-in-law, sister-in-law. April is clear. April is kind of clear. My wife, May. Hey, what? And I believe in birthdays. I had my wife, because my birthday starts on March 1st and ends on March 31st. It is what it is. For all those that don't practice a month of your birthday, I feel for you. I am sad for you because I use my entire month. I do. And I think, because I think that this is going to be, I think that this year is going to be on a 13th. Hold on, where is the calendar? Hold on, let me get to the calendar, y'all. Let's see. Okay. Let me find. Hold on. Alright, so my birthday will be Friday the 13th next year. My granny did that. October was her birthday all month. That's why she made all her granddaughters. That seems like it would defeat the purpose. If October is your whole month, then your grandbabies, yours don't matter no more. I am fine with December being completely about my children. That's fine. I'm fine with that. It's completely about my children. December is completely about my kids from the beginning to the end. So I just know that I'm broke for no reason. Just hold on. All her grandkids were born. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Cause I was old when I had Nick. All his older relatives were gone. You know what I'm saying? And my mom died right before he turned 2. So, but I think he turned out all right. You know. But depression sneaks up on you. And if you let it, it'll take you out of your life. So I think I use y'all for therapy, and I appreciate it. All those that hang out with me and talk to me, and I can go back and forth with, because it allows me to get some of the things that's on the inside of me out. And you don't know how appreciative that is. Because I tell anybody in the whole wide world, don't hold on. And I tell my wife all the time, don't wait to cuss nobody out. Cuss them out right then. I am too old and my heart is too bad to sit up there and let somebody give me a whole heart attack, mess with my pressure. I'm going to cuss you out and get it off my chest right now. I'm not going to raise my voice, but I will hurt your feelings. What you going to do about it? You can't beat me. I tell all the time, don't wait. Cuss them out now. You'll feel so much better. It's cleansing. Mm-hmm. Hold on. My birthday was never mine. My dad's birthday was the day before. And I have several cousins. Wow. Hey, you know what? I didn't. When you're raised by somebody older, I think that's why I did Nick the way I did him. We raised by somebody older, and especially during the time where birthdays, because it was so many of them, there wasn't, money. My mom was born in 1945. My grandmother was born in 1926, and it was 7 or 8 of them. My grandmother, and it was just a couple of my moms, but they just were different. It was a different time, so I didn't get a whole lot of birthdays. If I was in school, normally my birthday was on a spring break. My birthday has always been on spring break. Every now and again, once or twice, my birthday would hit while we were still in school, because spring break would change as you got along further in school. But I didn't get a whole lot of birthday parties. I didn't get a whole lot of gifts and things like that. I didn't. I realize now, looking back. And I think that's why, even if Nick doesn't have big parties, I would always make a big thing about his birthday. Because I didn't. And while I'm not big on living what you didn't have through your children, sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's all right. I think that even though it's cool to be grown, it's also cool to maintain that inner kid. That's why it's one of the reasons I love DC. DC is a kid, and it is beautiful to watch. It is, y'all. It's fun. It's I love to see the wonder in somebody discovering stuff and taking joy in things that people consider kiddie. And that's one of the great things about her, you know? And she brings that out in me, because I can be a little serious, a little more serious than she can be when it comes to stuff. A little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Jaded when it comes to stuff. But she, on the other hand, hold on. That's why my girls get whatever they ask for on their birthdays. I want them to get what I didn't get, and also the great stuff I did get. Right, right. That's the thing. That's why it's so. I don't think you can spoil kids. I think they should be spoiled. I do. I don't think there's such thing as like, you hear especially older people always say, stop doing that, just spoiling. I think you should. They're kids. They ain't asked to be here. Everything in this house is spoiled. Everything. Down to the birds upstairs and the fish in the tank. It is one fish and one Placostomus in a 75-gallon tank thinking they got a mansion. Jax think he's a child. Bentley walks around like a young old man. Penelope has Christmas every day. Even the grown ones. I'm sitting up here right now. I want to send Nick a care package because Brittany went out and found some stuff for him. And I want to add some stuff to. Because why not? Is he grown? Yes. Can he buy his own stuff? Absolutely. Am I his mama for the rest of his life and beyond? I think you should spoil your kids. I think you should spoil yourself. I think if you want it, buy it. If you want that shirt, get that shirt. If you want that purse, get that purse. If you got the money to get it, and that's what you want, get it. If you are 55 and want that coloring book, get that coloring book and them crayons. I'm gonna get that unicorn. I'm gonna get a unicorn if I see it. Hold on. Let me see. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. So, y'all know you girl like unicorns, right? So, I need to buy some deodorant. Hold on. I think this is the unicorn one. Wait a minute. Let me look. I got it. Because, let me tell you something. You see this deodorant is called Hello. And I got this one in sweet coconut because I bought a body spray that smells like salted caramel. So I need to just smell like a whole s'mores cookie. However, s'more, not a s'more, s'more. However, the reason I bought it is because the first one I looked at had a unicorn on it. But I didn't know what that smell was. Unicorns can sometimes be overly sweet. And I didn't want really overly sweet. My sentiments exactly. If you want it and you had the money, buy it. Absolutely. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. And here's why. Today I paid my bills. I made sure that my bills were paid. I also did something as an adult that I don't want to do because it brings your mortality to the forefront. But I got insurance. Because the reality is how old am I? I am 58. I'm about to say 68. I'd have added a whole 10 years to my age. Absolutely not. It's not time for me to be almost 70. But I got insurance because I don't want nobody to throw no GoFundMe for me. I don't want nobody to sell no t-shirt, no fist paste for me. I don't. I also don't want nobody to cry for me. Do I have a devil? Where did that come from? Maybe I just don't smile enough. I don't know what my face looks like when it smiles. No, that's not a good smile. Anyway, y'all know I get easily distracted. So I got insurance today. And I did it. And I was like, ooh, I am grown. What? But I realized that one, I won't be independently wealthy before I pass away. I might be comfortable. I might own stuff. But I'm not going to be generationally independently wealthy before I pass away unless something miraculous happens or I go viral or whatever. And if I do, cool. But I'm going to have to plan for the reality, not the fantasy. So I can't take shit with me, but I can leave behind laughter and joy and light and memories and love and things that will live on when I'm not here. So I don't know. I guess it's time to do all that stuff because we're getting older and we got kids and grandkids, and I don't want to be a burden in my death. I don't want to be a burden in my life. I damn sure don't want to be one in my death. And I just, hold on. Okay. So if you got it, now let me tell you something. Here's the thing. Pay your bills first. Make sure your lights on, your cable on, your cell phone working. So you can make the videos or get called in to work. You know what I'm saying? But all right, Rico. Get it. Buy the good ketchup. Now there's certain things I say buy the good ketchup. There's certain things I'm not gonna buy the store brand of. I'm not gonna buy the store brand ketchup. I'm not gonna buy the store brand mayonnaise. I don't like mayonnaise. I like Miracle Whip. It's just a difference. It is what it is. I'm not gonna buy certain stuff. I'm not gonna buy store brand. Some stuff like, hey Marguerite, um, I use cream soups to make my dressing. I'm gonna put so much seasoning and flavor into my dressing. I'll buy the 79-cent store brand, to save that 79 cent, because it's gonna be $1.50, almost $2 to get the Campbell's. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm just eating some soup, I'm not gonna buy the store brand. I'm gonna get the Campbell's or the Progresso or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Some things I'm never gonna buy the store brand of. One of them is ketchup. Another one is Miracle Whip, because there's only one Miracle Whip. Now they can say that salad dressing stuff that's supposed to be fake Miracle Whip, Miracle Whip. I'm not gonna eat that. Absolutely not. Well, I don't like a whole lot of sauce anyway. I like a lot of sauce, like Alfredo sauce when I'm eating pasta. I don't like no dry. I don't like dry pasta. If it's saucy chicken, I don't like that. I don't like overly reduced sauces. I don't like too tight gravies. But I like, if it's supposed to be smothered, smother it. Shoot, we was talking about work earlier. I'm gonna try to find me a little job somewhere. Some at home work, some on the phone. Hello, thank you for calling. How can I assist you? You know what I'm saying? Cause I miss working. I do. Crazy, ain't it? As many times as I've been like, oh, I ain't come here to work today. I ain't come to work today. I realize I don't mind working. And I still got a few good years in me. So, hey, let me use this brain before, it's mush. But if your baby wants, now I'm gonna tell y'all some good stuff. Now it's about to sound crazy. Some things I will buy store brand for the kids because they're gonna tear it up. Like Penelope was looking at a tea set, so I bought a little tea set. Did I buy the most expensive one? No, because this piece is lost, it's broke up, it's crushed up, it's plates everywhere. But did she play with it like it was $100? Absolutely. She's 2. She gonna break a crayon. So if I buy the, what is it? What's the not Crayola crayon? Let me go to the sports. Okay. You can work it out. Okay. Hey, Shadrika. I don't know. I'm always been in customer service kind of situation. So I don't mind working on the phones and saying, hey, how can I assist you? I don't know. Let's work this out together. But we'll see. I'm gonna figure it out. Cause I got stuff me and my wife want to do, and we need money to do that. And since I haven't yet to find a disabled strip club, I told her some days stuff gets so tight you thinking about hitting that pole or the straw. And since I am not friendly, I don't think either one of those jobs will fit me. I'm just saying. Gotta be friendly to do them jobs. You know what I mean? You work for Amazon? Okay, that's what's up. Oh, trust me. If you see my Amazon card, you understand. This is a package coming to this house damn near every day. Penelope will tell you in a heartbeat. We got a package. Normally it's for her. But hey. What's I talking about? Yeah. Buy your stuff. Spend a little extra money. I have come to realize that I may need to start a skincare routine. I am getting old. And I can't, let me tell y'all something. My skincare consists of me washing my face with whatever's on hand and then taking alcohol on a white washcloth. Because I feel like if I don't do it in a white washcloth, I can't make sure the dirt is out. And then scrubbing my face with just straight alcohol. I don't think that is what you're supposed to do, but I've done it for so long. I feel like that if I don't alcohol, but I watch, like I told y'all, I watch the little girls on TikTok do the makeup and stuff and the skincare. And I'm like, I guess I'm almost 60. I should start skincaring. I should start caring about my skin. So I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna see what I can do about that, about some stuff and see how it works out for me. But try to get rid of these dark circles, because right now your girl look like she about to star in a horror movie. Speaking of that, Leilani, we gotta find some horror movies, because I'm gonna try to watch horror movies a day. I'm gonna try to watch when I get off here. I'm gonna try to watch. I'm gonna try to find me one to watch that will hold my attention. Because a lot of times I'll put a movie on and I'll doom scroll TikTok for the whole time of the movie. I look up and the movie is about to go off. Everybody dead, and I don't know what happened to. I don't know what killed them or nothing. I don't know why you dead. And DC does not watch horror movies. She don't like watching horror movies. But I put a movie on because I will watch a bad movie and keep going. So I put this movie on. I forget what it was called, but these young people bought a fixer-upper and moved in. At some point, they found a flash drive. On the flash drive was somebody who had been systematically killing people who moved into the house. Now, instead of moving out of the house, they stayed in the house so that the person who was doing the killing was the person that sold them the house. Oh, sniggity snap. Yes, I can order that when I get off if you want me to. I'll order it so that by the time you get home, you know what I'm saying? I'll order it when I get off here, because I'm gonna be on here for I should be getting off soon anyway, because I've been on here over an hour, because I wasn't gonna stay that long. I was just coming to say hey y'all. Oh, you're there? Okay. Look in the look on the DoorDash app. You should have a DoorDash app or anything. Hold on, I got my tablet. Hold on. Well, you know what you want. Just pick up what you want. Okay. Yeah, do you have my DoorDash on your phone? I know that y'all don't understand. Like, we talking like me on the phone. Magua made me. Hold on, did I miss something? Okay. So, um, I forgot what I was saying, y'all. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to do a horror movie a day. And Leilani likes horror movies. So we may have to confer on that. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow and we'll talk about the horror movie I watched. Haha. I think that's what I might talk about. It is spooky season. It is time to talk about Halloween and all things scary and disturbing. Text me from your iPad. Okay. I don't know how to do that. Y'all look here. Let me tell y'all something about my wife. I have every kind of electrical product there is to have. Can I? Can I? I wonder, can I text from FaceTime? Can I text from FaceTime? I don't guess so. I hung up. I don't think I can text. How do you text from the iPad? Y'all know what? That doesn't make any sense. I should know more stuff. I really don't. But I should know more stuff. I'm just telling y'all some good stuff. Your girl is not like that. Alright. So I'm gonna look on my DoorDash app, because your girl gonna find a way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find a way to make sure that we have the stuff that we need. And you, it should have a message icon. Tell me, shoot. Come in, baby oil, and smack my. No, it don't. Hold on. Let me hit that. Let me see what that say. Oh, it do. Stop. I don't know my password. I don't even know my password. That's crazy. Y'all know you get so. I found a message icon, but I gotta log in. Who does that? Does anybody else forget their password on stuff? I do. I don't even know. Let me see if I got password. Do anybody else forget their password? Oh, all right. Hold on, y'all. Oh, hi.
Push mute on your microphone on your last.
Hi. Do okay. I see it. Hey y'all. I try to use the same one. I do too, but I still forget because I do alliteration of the same stuff over and over again. But I try to use the same ones. But it don't always work out that way. Excuse me, y'all. I need to sip. Hold on. Shadrika. I know, but even when I try to use the same one, I still because I'll like add a character, or change a character because sometimes you can't have like I got a set password in my head, right? But you have it on a different thing, and you can't use this icon. You got to use that icon. You can't. You got to have a capital letter. You can't have no capital letters. You can't have no number. Why they make it so hard? You gotta have a password to pay a bill. That's what I don't get. I gotta have a password and remember the password to give you my money. You shouldn't need a password to pay a bill. Cause ain't no random stranger just gonna come through and go, hey, let me drop a couple hundred on this light bill. Nobody. Ever. In the history of ever. What was I about to say? I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, I forgot what we was talking about. But I got a little morbid, but sort of kind of not. I don't want nobody crying at my funeral. I want a party, and I want y'all to remember the reason that I made you laugh, the reason that I made you smile, the reason that you are sad that I'm gone. Hold on. Then a device, yes! But here's the thing on some things that are like crazy, that has like all your information, I'll let my phone, because a lot of time, most of my stuff I do on my phone. So I let my phone on some of them just grab the password and then I hold the password. Then I store the password or I change it and I turn it to a biometric so that my thumbprint on my face opens it. So some things I don't care about because what you gonna do? You take my social security number you want to, you be in jail. I'm just playing. I am not the identity you want to steal. You do not want to tell the police that you me. Cause I have video evidence that I ain't been there. I wasn't there. I have alibis. I wouldn't have. Yeah, I use my face and my fingerprint as much as possible. Anything that lets me use that, that's what I use. Cause I am not gonna sit up there and hurt my brain trying to remember what the hell the password is for all this stuff. I'm just not. But hey, what else are we talking about? Do y'all ever look at something and you go, they lying? So there's this show on, I want to say it's TLC. TLC should be off TV. As much as I talk about it, I wouldn't be mad if it got gone. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Because it exploits people horrifically. TLC, Seeking Sister Wives, uh, Thruple Couple, whatever their names are, they have some shows. They're the 19 accountant show. You know what I'm saying? They exploit people horrifically on TLC. But there's a show about this young lady who has Tourette's. Butterscotch. There is this show about this young lady who has Tourette's. I'm not gonna say her name because it's something about the show and how she presents it. She says she has Tourette's and OCD. I'm like, that's gotta be hard to live with. And she's getting married. But some of the time when she has her outbursts, they don't seem genuine. You know what I'm saying? Or they're exaggerated. You know what I mean? Have y'all ever got that from something, a TV show or something, somebody you like that has an issue or something and it seems a little too much? Like it's not real, like they doing it for, even on YouTube. Like they doing it for, hey Leanne. Yeah. It's just okay. Now, I'm not shaming nobody with any disabilities or anything like that because who the hell am I? I got wheels, nigga. Excuse me. Who am I? I'm on wheels. The fuck. So I'm not doing that. But sometimes it doesn't seem authentic. And I don't know if you're just upping it for the show. Oh, I said butterscotch. She said butterscotch or caramel. Yeah, butterscotch. Um, you know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? I understand that you have to be animated to make people want to keep watching you. It's like even with us. Y'all ain't gonna keep talking to me if I'm just sitting here mumbling and y'all can't understand what I'm saying and I don't say something off the wall or some shit. So y'all ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? So I understand that you have to be a little, you know what I'm saying? But I try, this is who I am in public. As anybody who's met me at a meet and greet, in real person life, this is me. I don't over exaggerate. I got a short fuse, a bad temper, and a filter, a non-existent filter. My bad. And I understand that you do have to keep it interesting for people to continue to watch and continue to let you into their lives and in their homes. But sometimes it's too much. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I watch, again, I want to say this is another TLC show. I think it's on TLC. Love After Lockup. Or The Real Housewives, if you get into more mainstream things. Or the Love and Hip Hop and all the iterations of Love and Hip Hop. Um, I know that you have to be over the top for people to keep giving you their money and their time. But it gets to the point to where it's I don't know what the word I'm trying to say is. Too much. And it's not authentic. You know what I'm saying? If I'm watching somebody cook like I'm watching somebody cook, and you doing all this stuff, and it looks like unseasoned potato salad. I'm not gonna watch again. But if you're doing all this stuff and it's over the top and it still look like unseasoned potato, I'm still not gonna watch. I'll be you know what I'm saying? Be you, but be a little bit more than you, but not too much. And it I don't watch the show, but the clips that I see, it seems a little over exaggerated and not realistic. And that's just my opinion. I don't watch it. So, but she getting her money, so get your paper and ignore me because I'm nobody as far as that's concerned. I think that as a society as a whole, social media being so accessible and the reality that you can go from somebody to nobody overnight. All you need is one good viral video to take you from um obscurity to trying to figure out how to keep your channel and try to keep up the momentum that the viral video produced. And a lot of people have went viral with no talent to sustain the viral. Because it's one thing to make a video that has millions of views and you only have one video and you try to build on that, but you have no talent. You have no personality. It's nothing about you that nobody really want to see other than that one video that you made that people went either they laughed with you or they laughed at you about it. So I think that social media has given people an unrealistic expectation of stardom when it comes to this. Me and DC have been working on this for over 8 years, and we have maybe 11,000 subscribers. It's been slow. It's been sometimes steady, sometimes not, but it's been always 100% authentic, always 100% us. And if that's only the bomb squad that we have now, and that's all we have, I'm cool with that. If a video goes boom shaking, guess what? We got the stuff to keep it going. So I think that a lot of people want quick and easy, but can't sustain it. So they gotta be outrageous. It's like I see all these young people on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and they'll sit there and doing nothing, and people just eat it up. And I'm like, wait, what? Did y'all hear what these people just said? You're not funny in real life. You're not funny for real. For real, for real. I don't know. It's just me. So that's just my opinion. All right, y'all. I've been on here almost an hour and a half. I'm gonna get up off here. I'll probably be back tomorrow. I'm kind of digging this one-on-one time between us. I'm kind of digging this little intimate moments that we're having. You know what I'm saying? This is you and me time. And yes, this is how I act. Not a good sense on me. But I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me. I want to thank everybody for coming and showing me love and likes and views and mwah. I want to thank everybody who's been in the chat. I want to thank my hostess with the mostest, Leilani. Hold on, got to put my glasses down. Pauline, Leanne, DC, Shadrika. I try to say hey to everybody. Marguerite, my other A1 day one. Shadrika, I said that. Oh no, Marguerite. If I missed anybody, please. I love you. I didn't miss you on purpose. I missed you because I couldn't see. So Make sure y'all hit that like button, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what else you want me to talk about. Just come in and parlay with us. Come in and let's have a chat. If it's something on your mind, let it off. Some on your heart, let it off. Rico, everybody who has channels, Leilani's Kitchen, Rico's Bizarre Foods, anybody that has channels, y'all make sure y'all go and uplift the bomb squad. Go say hey. Go subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit that like button for me. Comment. Let me know what y'all want. I'm here for you. Share and subscribe so that this bomb squad can grow, so this village can be worldwide. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll be back tomorrow probably. I'm kind of digging it. Let's see what we can make happen. This your girl Lisa, and I'm out. Bye, y'all.